We are back, and now I want to switch the script and talk more about freedom and what it feels like and what the journey is to freedom and truth. Because you talked about how it's not struggle, it's not a hard thing, and it doesn't feel like you're bogged down, and
it's not a fight and the world against me and I'm in pain. No.
Yeah.
People have never seen me but happy, ecstatic, positive, and there have been no negative stuff about me and no media.
Yeah.
And except for paid trolls on the internet who you can't sue a troll.
Yeah.
You don't even know, the troll's not even using their real names.
Or their faces half the time.
Or their faces, and it's so much con and fraud on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even bother about the trolls. I laugh at them.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're there for.
I crack up laughing because
entertainment.
Some of the stuff is so entertaining. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I guess they were saying it to be insulting or to upset me or make me, all it has done is brought laughter. I've cracked up about it. It's so hysterical. I even go on there and read a lot of it myself.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. The stuff does not make any kind of sense. I've seen some stuff. I'm like, how is this logical? How are you adding this up together? But so what does it look like to truly be free from the matrix and control?
What it feels like to be free, truly free, is that you can speak the truth. Mm-hmm. That's what true freedom is anywhere on earth, any parts of the country, globally, or whatever. Yeah. The fact is, what's so great about America is because we can speak the truth.
Yeah.
A lot of people in other countries are censored. They're in trouble. They die for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
They die because they're reading the Bible. They die because they're trying to push your issue or certain rights that's given to them by God.
Yeah.
Like how some women don't want to be covered up in the Arab countries, and they literally kick them, beat them, stump them, drag them.
Yeah.
Or they're finally getting a chance to drive a car and get a driving license.
Yeah.
Privileges that we grow up with, freedom that we've always had. In other countries, they want to come here because we can say no.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, we can say no or yes to something.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think if people who are coming from the other countries, who are coming for that and not the white privilege, that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
To come over and enjoy the rights that God has given all of us. And it's very important that we never lose these rights. Yeah. This is what Muhammad Ali was talking about. This is what Martin was talking about.
Yeah.
Malcolm, Tupac, many people.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose those rights.
Yeah.
Gandhi, Mandela, too numerous. Mother Teresa. We must never lose those rights.
Yeah. So
that's what I represent.
Yeah.
I represent those rights. That we have the right to be owners. That I am the owner of the Matrix and Terminator movie franchises, and God gave me that information that made billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I must carry on that message, and I have a right to be an owner. No other man deciding or being a secret partner or wanting a piece of the action or wanting all of it, and me being a front, front for a white or Jewish organization.
Yeah, that's very true. And it's hard. I've experienced it even on a low scale. The second you have an idea and you say, okay, even if you're wanting to partner with them, they would rather have you as an employee. So you'll have all the ideas, but you're not going to get any percentages. You're just going to be an employee. I'll fly you here and there, but you're not going to own anything.
Exactly.
We can have your pictures. We can have your videos online. Literally just went through this, but you want a percentage? You want half? Well, you're gonna have to put a lot of money up. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't mind putting up my money. Then they can't. When you say I'm gonna put up my own money, Dave Dash talks about this all the time. A real boss puts up their own money. And I'm like, okay, how much money do we need? I can put it together. I have family. My family is entrepreneurs. I'm gonna put up my money. So now what? Well, I have somebody else I want to work with, and it's not a good idea.
And we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because
we have other people that would.
Because they want the whole pie is what they
Exactly.
want.
Yeah, well, they don't. It's not so much wanting the whole pie because they got lots of money, billions of dollars.
They
You
have
know
money,
that.
yeah.
They just don't want certain people to be owners unless they dictate it and have the majority of the pie, and you're fronting for them or some other kind of arrangement.
Yeah.
But God says, hey, I'm giving you, man, creativities.
Yeah.
And take this creativity and go out and create. Now, the people who want to steal this creativity, they don't have any creativity.
Yeah.
So they want to own your creativities, and they want you to be the slave.
Yeah. And that's huge as far as artists, because there's so many artists. And I wanted to ask the question, like, you are talented in engineering, science, law, you practice, you went to school to be a doctor. So why did you choose, of all things, to be an artist, writing books and movies?
A scribe. I'm a scribe because I believe that I was a scribe, and a scribe is full consciousness. It has nothing to do with the pen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, or paper.
Yeah.
A scribe is a recorder of history and was with God from the beginning, ancient times.
Yeah.
And it recorded all of world histories and everything for God.
Yeah.
So it is in my DNA.
Yeah.
And I became what God wanted me to become, a messenger. And there's no such thing as kill the messenger, because I didn't come here to sacrifice.
Yeah.
I came here to continue the message of God.
Yeah.
And I tell people, because they tell me, well, what about these? They kill people.
That's huge.
I say, well, they kill people all the time. You die. They die.
Yeah.
They don't know the hour of the day that they're going to die.
Yeah.
They can rake up all the billions of dollars. They can steal millions and billions. They can do all the derogatory things in the world. But God is the one that has the day you come here and the day you leave here is all, you're numbered from birth to death. So man can create all the plans in the world.
That's true.
But only God's will is going to be done.
That's so true. And a lot of times those powerful people, they have had attempts on their life, but they missed it. They couldn't get them, but when it was their time, it was their time. And a lot of times they knew when it was going to be their time. And they started to make preparations and stuff like that. And it wasn't so much a slaughter or they killed our leaders and stuff like that. Our leaders did what they're supposed to do in the time that they had. And God is the one who dictated how much time they had. It wasn't that these people killed them. God knew that these people were going to kill them at what time. And they knew it was coming at the time they
but see, that was all predetermined.
Exactly.
That's all told to you before you even come here. And that's told to you to bring back a memory that you only have X, Y, and Z time to deliver whatever you came to do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? But mine's is ongoing, because God told me from the beginning that I am writing this message, and this message, He wants His people free. You see what I'm talking about? And they have to pay. They have to pay because they stole. And you can't keep what doesn't belong to you. I keep telling people that. It doesn't matter about you stealing. You can't keep what you didn't earn. If you didn't earn anything, that money is going to disappear. And you're going to say, well, where'd that money go? Because I was drug dealing. I was prostituting. I was selling kids. I was pedophiling. But where did the money go?
It's the law of compensation.
Yeah, because you can't keep what you didn't earn. You didn't earn that money. You took a shortcut, and the shortcut evaporates the money.
That's very true. I've experienced that. There's so many different laws of the universe that people try to bypass, but it's a law.
And you cannot bypass the law. The law is invisible. The law is real. The law is maintained every day. That's how I won my court case against them. in Utah, how I won $55 billion in Nevada just recently on a default judgment. And I went in myself and only got 20 credits in law.
Yeah.
But I know the laws and knowledge of God that will never change, will never alter. And I tell people, when I spoke with an atheist, the atheist said, well, prove God to me. I said, it's very easy, very simple. I said, you see that sun? He said, yes. I said, guess what? That sun is going to come up every day, whether you see it or not, whether clouds are covering it, whether it's snow, whether it's a downcast and it's been raining. That sun is up every day. And guess what? Man can't put a switch on it to stop it and make you pay for it. Because if he could put a switch on it,
he would try.
He would put one on there, and you would surely die and not receive any if you didn't have the money to pay.
Yeah.
That shut that atheist up, because I said, look at the air we're breathing. No switch. Look, I can run 2 stones together and get fire. I can go and eat the animals or the vegetables or the grain or whatever God has growing up from the seeds.
Yeah. You can build your own house with the trees.
I can build my own house.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if man cuts off my electricity, I told the atheist. It doesn't matter if man take the house from me. I can go to Florida where it's warm and lay on the ground in the beach and don't have to pay any rents.
Yeah.
And people will feed me just like the birds and the bees are fed.
And I feel like that type of knowing is peace. That's true peace, knowing the laws of perfection, that no matter what evil tries to do, God is there to make sure you keep going, no matter where you are. Like, you can feel like you messed up every decision, but you're still, what your path is, you're going to get on that path. You're going to stay on that path.
Yeah, because God will bring a well right in the back of your yard. A natural well might pop up.
Exactly.
And you can still drink fresh water.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? That's not been polluted by man, because it's a fresh, new spring of water just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, we don't need man that we have to compromise the truth, compromise our goodness, compromise our free will, compromise our love for God and truth. We don't need man. And people say, money, money, money. Yeah, we need money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to pay.
Yeah.
That's understandable. But God says, look, the animals, the birds and the bees, they don't have jobs, but they eat every day.
That's so true. I'll just imagine a bird and a bee having a job. Like, we don't think about, we don't realize how perfect things are flowing for us every single day. And I feel like one of the things that we can do to defeat negative thoughts and negative energy is to thank everything and everybody, even the people that seem like they're haters or whatever. Thank them, because they are a part of your path to getting to where you're supposed to be.
But even God will manifest money for us.
That's true.
Do you know that God will, say we don't have a job. And I told people jobs are for believers, because it's not for unbelievers. Because unbelievers, if they believe in God, they put their faith. Their faith is number one, because they don't have to see it in order to believe.
Yeah.
But a person who don't believe, they got to see it in order to believe, they better stay on a job.
Yeah.
Because God can manifest money out of the clear blue. You can get a phone call and say, you know what? You entered a sweepstake, and you say, what sweepstake did I enter?
Exactly.
And you just won $50,000.
Yeah.
You just won $50,000, and how do you want it? Because you're going to get it.
It's true.
You know what I'm talking about?
I found that, I was just telling her, like, I didn't really start to trust and develop that faith muscle until I quit my job. And I had to solely depend on God's guidance all day, every day. It's the 29th, the 30th, 31st. I got to pay my rent on the 1st. I don't know what I'm going to do, but God is leading me. Go here, talk to this person, make this phone call, and
you gotta go by the leadings. That's why I gave people the angel prayer.
Yeah.
Because God will tell you what to do, and once you listen and do what He says, It's right there waiting for you.
Yeah.
I've seen where God send checks in the mail to people out of the
Yeah.
clear blue. Someone is sending checks. Someone is sending money. People find money.
Yeah.
I found $47,000 with the cashier's. It was a cashier's check with the receipt,
Wow.
with no name on it.
That's crazy.
As God is my witness.
Wow.
In California in the 80s.
Wow. I believe
So
it.
what I'm saying is, I'm a true believer of God.
Yeah.
Because God had manifested so many things. And you know, and it seemed like you're waiting till the 11th hour, but God never fails you.
You be pacing back and forth like, Lord,
Can you
this, are you?
imagine?
I don't have to imagine. This
God
has happened
God
so many
never
times in my
fails
life.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
God never fail
fails
you.
you.
Yeah.
When you forget all about it,
Yes.
here comes something phenomenal out of nowhere.
It's true.
And you say, praise you, God.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Praise your holy name.
Yeah. People
And
think
you
I'm tripping. I'm just like,
and the more grateful you are,
Exactly.
and the more thankful you are, the more the multitude of the blessings that
It's
pour
true.
in and the miracles. And I told people,
Yeah.
I give them an angel prayer. Many from all over have called me for this angel prayer that releases your angel. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Releases your angel, and your angel go out and get this girl. She didn't have a home. Her friends, had spent all her money.
Yeah.
She came to me and she was crying, and
Yeah.
she asked me to take her in. I took her in.
Yeah.
I said, I got to do something for you because you're broke.
Yeah.
I said, all you need to do, I'm going to give you this angel prayer, and all you have to do is say it out loud. That's it. Say it out loud and just thank God and praise Him, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I begged her up and for 4 days. As God's my witness, I begged her for 4 days. On the 4th day, I gave up on her. She said to me, I don't know. Just out of the clear blue, I said, well, I don't got nothing else
Exactly.
to lose.
That's what it takes. A lot of people.
She said, I don't have nothing else to lose. So guess what? She tried the prayer.
Yeah.
And guess what? She got $4,000 sent to her immediately. She screamed and she came to me.
That's
She said,
what it's like.
I got $4,000.
Yeah.
She couldn't believe it. Within a few days that she got $10,000.
Wow.
And she made a video because all the people who had done her wrong
Yes.
and she didn't have any more money, they had kicked out. You know how they do you.
Yeah.
When you're down and out, they can't use you anymore, and they're not going to help you. They laugh at you. She made a video, and she had I can show you the video. She got the $10,000 and playing music, and what the $10,000 to show her friends. She put it on YouTube.
Wow.
She put it
That's
on YouTube.
crazy.
Well,
I gotta watch
I
that.
can give you the video. It's on YouTube.
Yes.
I
I told her,
that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
don't do that. I say, people will kill you for money.
That's true.
And I said, all you're doing is tempting your friends to try to take that.
Yeah.
And right after that, though, she told me I hadn't seen her for a long time after that.
Yeah.
I ran into her, and guess what? She was all Gucci down and Versace and Dior.
Yeah.
And she told me, she said,
Yeah.
guess what? Altogether, I got $93,000.
Wow.
She moved into a beautiful house. She gave me the video
Yeah.
of it. And I've been over her house.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I can show you the videos of it.
That's awesome.
She moved into the
Yeah.
house, and everything is going great for her. And I always remind her,
Yeah.
and everyone,
Read the prayer.
say your prayer and do not break the prayer. You can't break the prayer. Once you start, just say it every day out loud.
Yeah.
And then just thank God and praise Him, because all the miracles and blessings. I saved a guy from going to prison with the prayer. He was
Wow.
saying it 3 or 4 times. He was scared. He was scared.
I
Yeah.
remember you told me that.
One of my buddies, military buddy, he was like whining and complaining. He was in Atlanta. He
Yeah.
had nursed his mom till she died.
Yeah.
And he gave up his job in Florida because that's where he came from.
Yeah.
And I gave him the prayer because every day he was complaining about Atlanta, about the people, how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then he needed a good job. And when I gave him that prayer, guess what? He got a new job immediately. And guess what? They said he could stay there or go back to his home,
Wow.
Florida. He
That's
went back
awesome.
to his home because these people send me what they got.
Yeah.
He got a new house. He got a new car paid for.
That's
He
crazy.
gave his dad his old SUV.
Yeah.
and he's happy. He got money was coming to him.
Yeah.
Money just
New
came,
job,
and guess
new
what?
house, and his dad's SUV.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Very good.
These people gave me many blessings. A lot of them did. I didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
They just, some of them was righteous. They gave, not everybody gave me now. Because I didn't expect nothing. I didn't ask for nothing. I expect nothing because I get mine from God.
Exactly.
But
It
they
always
gave
is
me
God.
many blessings. The
Yeah.
ones that was really grateful to God.
Yeah.
They gave me blessings because this prayer, and many people, I don't even know what all the stories about all the rest.
Yeah.
And then one more story I have to tell you.
Yeah.
It was a boy. He was 29 years old. He was living in Texas. They were racist. He got injured some kind of way on a bicycle, he told me. He had a case going on, but they were so racist, the lawyers, nothing was going on.
Yeah.
So he asked my advice. He called me because, you know, they've listened to me, heard me on YouTube and all
Yeah.
over. He said, what should I do? I said, you need to leave there because they're racist and the energy is so bad, you're not going to be able to rise out of there.
Yeah.
So he moved to Cali, and guess what? He moved we had a friend there. They were living in the friend's car
Yeah.
before I gave him the prayer.
Yeah.
So I said, I got a prayer for you. This is going to help you. Guess what? I told him the instructions. He started saying the prayer. Guess what? His case got settled, and he got $16,000.
Wow.
He called me up. He said, what do I do
That's
with
awesome.
the money? I could put these people on the phone with you guys.
Yeah.
He said, what do I do with the money?
Yeah.
I told him, I said, give your mom some of the money and buy yourself a car.
Yeah.
He bought a white Toyota. It was secondhand. He sent me the picture of it.
Yeah.
He said, I want to go into movies. I told him, go try out for the movies.
Yeah.
And guess what? He was in an award-winning movie.
Wow.
He's doing movies right now. He just texted me
That's awesome.
and told me the new movies that he's in.
Yeah.
Now, he would have even went even further, but he broke the prayer.
Wow.
And let me tell you what happened, because let me tell you what happened. And this is very important because people are going to be listening to me. When you got this prayer, so many blessings are coming into you that you forget it's God that's doing it.
Yeah, you started thinking to yourself.
You started thinking that it's just you're lucky,
No.
or it's coming to
talented,
you, or you're talented, or
smart.
it's meant for you.
God has
And
all
so
the power.
what happened is they forget about God. So he called me up, you know, he called me up when things was bad. He called me up and he said, there's some stuff going on. And you know what I said? I said, how long has it been that you stopped saying the prayer?
Yeah.
He said 4 months.
Wow.
So he was receiving for those 4 months. You know what I'm talking about? But he's receiving all the time. But the last 4 months,
It started to-
everything started to dry up and
Yeah.
disappear. And he was going back to where he was before. And I said, you know what you have to do, right? He
Yeah.
said, yes. I have to go back to the prayer. I said, yes. And you cannot break it.
Yeah.
And it was one other man, and then we're going to talk about something else.
Yeah.
It was a white guy. He called me and he said, Sophia, I'm 56 years old, and he's in Hollywood. He says, but I'm not getting any more work. The work is drying up for me. I gave him the prayer,
Yeah.
and he called me. He was excited. He said, oh, because it happens really quick.
Yeah.
He said, I can't believe this. He said, I got work today, and I got work the next day, and the next day,
Wow.
and the next day.
Yeah.
His whole life just transformed.
Yeah.
He even got a new car,
Yeah.
a black Denali. He showed it to me.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
got credit cards. Things was going good,
Yeah.
but you know,
Amen.
he stopped saying the prayer.
It's all the
He
belief.
called me like the boy did,
The
and
power
I
of
said,
belief.
well, the prayer is, these are angels. The prayer is an angel prayer.
Yeah.
And God gave it to us because we have angels that can go out and get us whatever we need, whatever we want.
Yep.
All we need to do is to trigger our angels.
Yeah. That's very true.
Because all of us have angels. Yeah.
Yeah.
And God gave us these angels to help us.
Yeah.
And so God gave me this prayer, and it's an angel prayer that releases the angels. You see, all you need to do is call on your angels.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about, oh God, I want you to give me some money. I hope it's somebody, so I can hit the lottery. I hope somebody dies and leave the money.
Yeah.
I hope I find it in a crack. I hope that somebody just handed to me. You don't
That's
have
true.
to do any of those things
Yeah.
because you're controlling the whole metaphysics of the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, and there's no way for you to be able to go back as far like the bird's eye view that God has and that your angels has.
Well,
Because-
it's negative to say, I hope somebody dies and leave me the money. I want some
Yes,
money and I
that's
hope
negative.
I can
Yeah.
go over here and gamble and win it.
Yeah.
Or I hope I find it in the crack of, you don't
Yeah.
want to direct the energy.
Yeah.
You don't want to direct the angels.
Yeah.
You just want to say the prayer, give thanks and praises to God, and leave it alone and let
Yeah.
God work out what you're going to get, how you're going to get it. And what I noticed also, that a lot of people got different amounts of money. They got different things. Now, everybody didn't get money. I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry to bring this up, but there was one homeless man. He called me, and he was homeless. And he said, I need that prayer. I heard you on the interview. Please give me that prayer. I gave him the prayer. Make a long story short, he got moved into a brand new house.
wow.
It blew his mind.
Yeah.
And then he said to me, but I didn't get any money. I said,
You were homeless and you have a home.
yeah,
That-
a
I
brand
mean,
new house. A homeless
crazy.
man moved into, he
Yeah.
even got the paperwork that he needed to go to work.
Wow.
He said, but I didn't get any money. I said, look, I don't know what God is going to give
Yeah.
everyone. All I know is the people who come back to me and tell me what they have received.
Yeah.
And God does different things, so He knows what you need. He knows what's
Yeah.
going on.
He knows you too,
He
because that
knows it.
homeless man might have spent all that money on something crazy.
Well,
Still
you know what
been
he
homeless.
called me the next day and he said, well, this is going to blow your mind. I said, what? He said, I got $37 yesterday. So I
Yeah.
said, be grateful
For everything.
for whatever God sends your way, because I don't know. God knows what's inside of you. He knows what
Yeah.
you need, and He knows. I said, I don't have no way of regulating what happens once I give the prayer.
Yeah.
All I do is when people come back and witness, that's all I know.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to tell you, people. But the prayer is real. I can put people on the phone. They don't mind witnessing for God
Yeah.
because it has blown their minds. But it blew my mind when I got the prayer.
Yeah.
And I tried it out myself first before I even gave it to anyone.
Yeah.
So I knew it was real.
Yeah.
And I witnessed the miracles and blessings myself.
Yeah.
And they couldn't beat me because God told me to enter him into the Nevada courts.
Yeah.
And that he will not be moved, and they could not remove him out of there.
Yeah.
Once I invoked him in there, and that's why
Yeah.
they lost in Utah, in Nevada.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like a big thing with all of this is just knowing the power of being led, because a lot of people have prayers like you were saying, can I get money in the cracks, can I have this, can I have that, and the third. You can set an intention. You might want something specific, but you have to trust the guidance, because a lot of times you'll ask for something and then God is giving you the guidance, telling you, okay, here, take this thing, but you're not trusting that this is God leading you. They want God to just drop it down in your lap somewhere, and
Or
you
they
not
think
having
that
to walk.
God is going to drop it in your lap, but it doesn't work like that. Metaphysics, spirituality,
Yeah.
and the whole truth of God and the vibration. That's why I said I can teach them the law. And I'm an example of the law because
Yeah.
the law has worked in my life. I'm an example of a living example of the law.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But
Yeah.
they don't understand that you need to experience this on your own.
Yeah.
Follow the instructions and look.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of prayers out there. But
Yeah.
I gave the prayer to two pastors, and I thought I was going to get opposition from them because they're pastors. They
Yeah.
advise churches of tons and tons of
Huge
people.
congregation,
Yeah.
Yeah, or they may have smaller ones, or or bigger ones, or whatever.
Yes.
But they're advising, and I was so shocked that when they asked me for help, I gave them the prayer, and they used the prayer,
Yeah.
and they came back with results.
Yeah.
And they came back and they told me.
Yeah.
That was mind-boggling because I thought I was going to hear, well, we got prayers. Well, we use prayers. We already know what prayers are. We got our congregation praying.
Yeah.
This is what I thought I was going to meet with,
Yeah.
but no.
Yes.
They asked for the prayers, they used the prayers, they came back and they told me what happened.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
a
the
huge,
prayer was real.
I feel like a huge thing with religion and stuff like that is that they set an expectation. They give you all these things. They tell you a lot of stuff. Preachers and stuff. They tell you same stuff every week, but there's no results. They know the things that are actually getting the results. They have these big houses. They got jets. They got all this different type of stuff.
Yes.
But they're not telling you the true things that they are doing a lot of times that are getting them. They're just telling you what you want to hear. Oh, if we shake up the congregation, we're not gonna make as much money. If we tell them what really gets results, because they probably not gonna come here every single Sunday if they have that real relationship with God.
They have to keep coming
Yeah.
back with that money.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it like with you, they'll come to you, you'll give them something, they go off, they do what they do,
Yes.
bam, they get results. You're not dependent on them coming back to you every single week for more and more and more all the time.
No. They don't have to come back for more prayers. They don't have to come back for prayer warriors. I found this prayer in my paperwork when I was cleaning out stuff, and God said, use this prayer.